Hi guys, welcome back to our podcast,
Does it eat?
where we share our opinions on pop culture. Today I'm here with my co-hosts Dylan, Olivia, and Riley.
What's up, guys? It's Lil Dill.
What up? It's Livy B.
Yo, it's Riley.
I'm your host Ella, and today on Does It Eat, we're going to be talking about TikTok potentially getting banned. Then we will talk about Selena Gomez announcing her engagement to Benny Blanco. Soon after that, we will discuss Taylor Swift's Era Tour coming to an end. And to wrap up everything, we will talk about Brianna Chicken Fry and Zach Bryan splitting up and the backlash that they are both facing.
Well, to start the podcast today, we're going to talk about the government talking to pass a bill that bans TikTok in the United States unless an American-owned company buys TikTok.
If I'm being honest, I don't know if I believe any of this will actually happen because they have been saying this since Musical.ly ended and it became rebranded to TikTok.
I honestly spend so much of my time on TikTok, and I honestly don't know what I would do without it. Even if I tell myself I don't want to stay on for too long, I always end up scrolling for much longer than I even realize.
I fully relate to that. I'm on TikTok all the time, but also there's so many TikTok influencers that's literally their job is to post on TikTok, and if it does get banned, then they're just going to lose all of their jobs.
I feel like TikTok should not end and be banned because, like, if you think about it, that's a way of, like, the economy's business. Like, there's the TikTok shop now, and I feel like a lot of businesses do make money off of that.
I just feel like the government really shouldn't be focusing on TikTok as much as they are. Like, there's literally so many bigger problems in the world, and I don't know why there's been for years just so focused on trying to get TikTok banned. I just think it's unnecessary.
But also we have to ask the question, what's going on behind the scenes with TikTok that we don't see for why they're causing such a big ruckus and potentially banning it.
That is true. I don't know. I feel like it's been around for so long now that if something were to happen, it would have happened by now. But maybe, it could be, stealing our information behind the scenes. But, nothing bad has happened yet, confidentiality-wise from TikTok.
Back to what Olivia said, what are we going to do in our free time? Because, I just, go back from Instagram, Snapchat, TikTok, but, I fall asleep watching TikTok.
Yeah.
That's what I do.
Yeah.
Back on the topic, since Dylan decided to change the topic again, I just think that, why does it matter so much that China is in charge of TikTok? I feel like in some ways that can be backhanded and low-key racist.
I agree. I just don't understand what difference it's going to make if it's owned by an American company. The whole thing that happened with Twitter with Elon Musk buying it, and it's realistically, it's no different other than it has a different name now. So I just don't understand what the big deal is over a Chinese company owning it and what difference it'll make if it's owned by an American company.
Okay, guys, so I think we can all agree that the ban on TikTok across America
Does not eat.
Our next topic is Selena Gomez announcing her engagement to Benny Blanco.
I don't know a whole lot about the situation, but from what I've seen on TikTok, because that's literally also where we get all of our information from, is that people are giving Selena backlash because of the whole thing with her and Justin Bieber and all that, and then also people are saying that Selena could do better looks wise and that they're just embarrassed for her. But also I feel like I just found out not that long ago that they were even dating, so I don't even think they've been together for that long at all. So I'm wondering that the engagement, maybe it won't last, or I'm feeling like they'll get married and then they'll get divorced pretty soon because they haven't even been together that long.
I'm still stuck on Justin and Hailey having a baby together. I'm a believer that Justin and Selena had a strong bond, and I know lots of people who feel like Selena was meant to be with Justin and just not Hailey.
I don't know much about the Selena and Benny other than what has already been said. My opinion is that you love who you love, so if other people aren't happy with it, then at the end of the day, you have to do what you want to do.
Yeah, I think that, I don't know, I feel like she shouldn't be facing as much backlash as she is. She posted on her Instagram story once, I think, about the backlash and responded to it and how it's just stupid because everyone's calling him ugly, which is literally just mean.
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't even know that they were together until I literally got on TikTok the other day and saw the engagement. And it's kind of surprising because, to feedback off of what Liv said, when I was younger, I just wish we could have saw more Selena and Justin because I wanted them to be together so badly.
Did you see the engagement photos and people are saying that it was like sponsored by Taco Bell? Because they were like on the picnic and there were like boxes of like Crunch Wraps and like Taco Bell bags like branded facing the camera, and so people are saying that their engagement was probably sponsored by Taco Bell.
It could always be a publicity stunt.
That's kind of what I'm thinking too. But maybe Selena will drop an album soon and it'll get more hype.
I think that we can all agree that the beef surrounding Selena Gomez and her recent engagement to Benny Blanco
Does
not
eat.
Our next discussion will be about how Taylor Swift's long-running Eras tour has now come to an end.
I would just like to say that by no means am I a Taylor Swift lover. In fact, I don't really listen to her very much, but I do know that lots of people love her and her music, and I also know so many people that have went to the Eras tour and have went to those concerts, and I think that it can be very sad for some people, especially those Swifties.
If I'm gonna be honest with you, like, be in your bag. Like, go make some bread, live your life. But, like, I think it went on for a little bit too long. But, like, I mean, she was still getting the money and still getting, like, all of the audience. But it's just, like, when, like, now it's coming to an end, which like I said, I think it's time.
I mean, I've loved Taylor since I was little. Like, I literally remember 2 years ago, like, sitting in my English class, and then she announced the tour dates, and I was literally so excited because she hadn't been on tour since 2018. And then I was lucky enough I got tickets to go to her show in Cincinnati that summer, and, like, she really does know how to put on a show. I would literally remember that day for the rest of my life. But I also have to give her credit where credit is due, because for being on tour for an entire 2 years and each show is like 3.5 hours long, not many artists do that or like have ever done that or even would want to do that. And I think it's really cool that that's just what she thought that she owed to her fans for not seeing them for so long and not being on tour in like 5 years.
I just want to say I'm so proud of Taylor because she sold out literally all of her shows, 149 shows, and that doesn't even include the amount of people that were outside of the stadium and outside of the doors. And didn't she make over $2 billion, Riley?
It was something like that. Her shows were literally so big that her just being in town, like, the cities had to, like, physically and, like, mentally prepare for the amount of people that it was going to bring in, and, like, so much, like, merch and, like, vendors and everything that people coming to town would literally boost the economies of whatever city she was in, which is just crazy that one person can have that kind of impact.
Like I said, be in your bag, but I don't know. Like, I just feel like I don't know. Like, whenever I was little, I heard Taylor's music, but, like, growing up, like, middle age-ish, I didn't, like, ever really think she was big, but then she just got big out of nowhere, and then, like, girl just went and bagged some money, and then, like, now she's just ending her tour, so, like, I don't know what's next to come, but I'm honestly excited to see.
I am hoping that now that her tour is over, that the hype, I guess, around Taylor dies down a little bit, because I don't know, she has just been literally everywhere all the time, and then so many people are being like crazy over her, and so I'm hoping that if we don't see her for a little bit, then people don't forget about her, but they're like, they have bigger things to worry about and they're not so concerned with what Taylor's doing all the time.
I just feel like this will set the bar for like our generation of musicians. Like, we have Gracie Abrams now. Like, she is going to be following in Taylor's footsteps, and I feel like that's such a good thing for us to see, because now, like, I feel like some people feel like they don't have the want or the need to go to concerts just because you can pull out your phone and watch all the clips from the concert. But I would like to just say that her being a female artist is so inspiring for what's to come in our generation.
Like you said about Gracie Abrams, another just thing about Taylor, like, it's so crazy. Like, when I went to her concert, I had already knew Gracie Abrams, but she, like, nobody was listening to her really. And when I went to her concert back in June of 2023, Gracie Abrams opened for her, and, like, nobody knew who she was. And since then, she literally, like, she opened for Taylor, and now she's doing her own tours and headlining these huge arenas. Same thing with Sabrina Carpenter. She opened for the Eras tour, and now she's blowing up. She literally, Espresso, she had that song of the summer. And then the same thing kind of happened with Olivia Rodrigo. Like, she kind of started to get big with Driver's License, and then Taylor Swift, like, acknowledged her and then she blew up even more. So I just think that it's so, like, inspiring how powerful she is, of, like, these smaller artists are opening for the Eras tour, and then they literally blow up. Like, Sabrina Carpenter started and finished her own world tour as well.
I'm really not a Taylor fan, like I said before, but to be honest, this tour might have been one of the most successful tours in history. I genuinely don't think I've ever heard of anyone else, maybe like people that like bands that were a long time ago that were super popular back in like the 80s or something, but I really don't think that I've ever heard anyone be so successful, especially a solo artist.
It definitely, like, she broke so many records with the tour, which is so impressive because, like you said, Liv, she's literally just a solo artist. Like, she's just one person that is breaking all these records. And her tour came out to be the highest grossing tour of all time, which is crazy. And I just can't believe, like, she's been doing it for so many years, like, since she was our age. Like, she put out her first album when she was, like, 16, and now she's, like, 35, and she's still on top. And I just think that's so impressive and so crazy.
So I think we can all agree that Taylor Swift's Eras tour coming to an end,
Does not eat.
but the fact that she was so successful and made such an inspiration for all of us females eats. Now we are going to discuss Brianna Chicken Fry and Zach Bryan splitting up and the media literally going crazy.
Like what? Like literally crazy. This was just like whenever I got on TikTok one day and I saw this, I was like, what? And then I like kept looking and then I was like even more of like, what?
It has been so much. We literally talked about Zach Bryan on our last podcast. He is always getting canceled for something, but I feel like lately it's been more of cancel culture towards Brianna Chicken Fry because they broke up and she came out and said that like the relationship was very bad and like it was like abusive and then it was really bad. But now she's like it's going to go back to Taylor Swift because now she's been getting so much backlash because she said like bad, like nasty things about Taylor Swift on her podcast, and now she's like saying that she's finding her and she went to her last concert and everyone was mad. And the Grace O'Malley, who she had her Plan Brie podcast with, they're not friends anymore because of the Zach Bryan drama, and so that's a big thing too because Grace has been talking about her in interviews.
So, like, we don't really know the full story, but I saw this TikTok that she posted. It was like a story time of, like, what happened between her and Zach. And she came out and said that Zach would, like, Brianna listened to a Morgan Wallen song and he was so upset with her, kicked her out of the house over that. Or I can't remember what he did. But I was like, how much of this honestly is true? And I'm not trying to say that she was lying, but, like, the media exaggerates everything. And I just want to know, like, Zach's point of view and what he has to say because have we heard from him yet?
I don't think
I don't think we have.
I just coming from someone who doesn't really know too much about the situation, I only know what I've seen on TikTok. I really do like Brianna. I think that she has a great personality, but I also love Zach's music. So it's kind of I'm in a situation where I don't know. I don't really want to side with anyone because I feel like at the end of the day, no one really knows the full story except for them two.
Like I feel I don't know, it's kind of like what were you expecting because wasn't he in a marriage and then they like got divorced and then he immediately got with her and it was like why did you not like think before you like did that because I don't know in my like perspective of that it's like you why did they break up but you didn't like look into that like you just immediately went into it and I feel like it was more because of the name and she wanted it more because of the name.
Like she didn't see that as a red flag.
Yes.
I feel like Brianna is putting on like this act where she's sad for 1 minute and then the next TikTok she's fine. I just feel like if you're gonna post your breakup to social media, then you need to at least tell the whole story and make sure your fans know what's going on because I get it, you guys are influencers and I get it, you don't always want your whole life on there, but you can't post so many aspects of your life and so many aspects of your relationship and expect your fans to just not care what's going on.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's not fair to the fans in general of Zach and Brianna Chicken Fry because what are we supposed to expect happen? Like, I don't want to cancel Zach, but she was in the wrong too. Like, there's both ways that you can look at it, and I just wish we knew the whole story.
I agree completely. Like, it's in a way like they want they want to be like, I guess more like viral or get more views or something because they put a little bit out there, but not enough for you to know the whole story. So then it's like, oh, I'm going to keep watching that and see if they're posting more. But at the end of the day, they're just doing it, I feel like, for more views or for more, like, you guys know what I'm saying? Like, they're doing it for more attention, more or else.
When creators or artists, whatever you want to be called, anyone with a large platform, I just feel like if you're going to say one part of the story, you need to tell the other part because you have so many fans. Your platform is huge. You have to explain the story if you're going to explain it. If you're not, then don't do it at all. If you're going to explain it, then do it right. I feel like if you want your fans to respect you and continue to like follow along with you, then I feel like that they deserve that.
I feel like kind of going back on what Ella said, if you're gonna because like it's not like they don't have a choice to have that platform. Like that is up to them and they have that platform and they know what they're capable of doing with it. I feel like when you're that big, and obviously Brianna dating Zach Bryan blew her up even more, that with something like that, if you're gonna say something like that, you either have to give your fans all or
Yes.
nothing. Because it's not fair to Zach Bryan and it's not fair to even Brianna to have the fans, because obviously the media is crazy and it's not fair to Zach to have them assume what happened.
I'm not going to lie, so bad. I thought Zach Bryan was single. And then I saw that he was going through a breakup, and I was like, wait, he was in a relationship?
Yeah, honestly, if I'm being 100% honest right now, I did not know Brianna until she got with Zach. I don't know about you guys, but I didn't even know who she was whenever Zach first got with her. Like, even, like, I had to look her up to figure out who she was.
I feel like a lot of like celebrity relationships go for the plot. Like they want the fame. They don't want to be single. Like to be a celebrity and be single, I feel like you're almost looked down upon because you have such a big platform. Why not share your riches and your achievements with somebody else? I just feel like to look at somebody and think, wow, like the stuff that we're hearing about Zach, I feel like it's almost unfair to know so much about a celebrity, especially someone who is so famous in the country music world. Like, he had so much respect, and I feel like it's almost shameful to now be so confused and upset with what happened, even though it's not our life. Like, celebrities get so much backlash and canceled for every little thing, and I just feel like Zach like has so much going for him, but every other month or every few months he is getting canceled for something that is so outrageous and disrespectful.
Did you guys hear the diss track that Brianna's co-host on her BFF's podcast too, because she's on that one too, that they made about Zach Bryan?
No, I did not hear that.
Yeah, it was just mean. And like Ella said, like at the end of the day, like they're just people and they have feelings. And I just think that cancel culture is just so nasty and so terrible.
This is off topic, like, a little bit, but, like, I don't know, like Ella said with the, like, celebrities and, like, having a relationship and stuff, like, I feel like at the end of the day, like, some of them are genuine, but most of them are not. Like, I feel like people just get with people in, like, the celebrity world and, like, influencer world just to have a name. Like, for instance, like, we didn't know anything about Brianna until she got with Zach. So it was like, why? Like, you did that almost for a name, and it kind of looks like that, I guess.
You don't really see celebrities getting with anybody from their hometown, from anywhere other than LA or in the celebrity world. Like, that is one thing that I just personally I don't agree with. Like, with this instance, they both got so famous off of each other, and I just feel like if we saw more celebrities settling down for somebody that was maybe from their hometown, from their college, from their high school, it would be so much more, like, the relationship would be so much more steady, successful, because we don't have to see them going to, like, we can just see them settling down for each other. The only thing that ate today was Taylor Swift making a bag in her Eras tour, and the potential TikTok ban didn't eat. Selena and Benny did not eat, and the breakup between Brianna and Zach did not eat. That's all we have today for
Does It Eat? Thanks for watching, listening.
Bye.